welcome to Road to 100 series. Here we're looking at the best method to solve questions on aptitude examination. So look at the questions, look at the way or approach to solve, and that will help you. Various aptitude, right from CAT, MBA Entrance Exam, for BBI, IPMAT Entrance Exam. So these methods are useful. So try to look at it, understand it, and solve it. Okay, let's look at it. Now here there's an option called reverse alligation. So where the ratio is given to you and average is given to you. You normally use alligation when average is given to you and mixing two quantities. Here you're mixing two quantities, A and B. And average A cup mix 10% is given, 12% is given, and they say volume of B is 1/3 of A. So that means, let me say 3:1 the quantity, ratio of quantity. When you do reverse alligation, okay, this one comes from difference of 10 and 12, we write it here. So 3 difference of whatever B's concentration and 12, we write it here. So this 1 stands for 2%, difference of 12 and 10. So 3 will stand for 6%. Double. So 1, 2%, that means 3, 6%. So 12 plus 6, 18%. So B is 18%. So if you look at 18%, 9 liters is 18%. Concentration of B is 18%. So 9 liters is 18% if you look at it. Or you can say 9 upon the total liquid is equal to 18%, right? So from that you get total liquid as 50 liters. If 18% is 9 liters, then 100% will become 50 liters. So we get 50 liters is the mixture of the solution B. If this is 50 liters, the A is 150 liters. Remember 3 times. So total becomes 200 liters, A option. Total becomes 200 liters, A option. That's the answer. Reverse alligation, useful concept. It's come in the examination a few times. You can do it by normal method as well, but reverse alligation helps you to be a little fast and save time. Okay, this is again important concept, pattern formation. Okay, one is I can make out that n is a multiple of 9. So n square should be a multiple of 9. So sum of digits should be multiple of 9. A satisfies, B satisfies, C, the sum of digits is not a multiple of 9. D, sum of digits is not a multiple of 9. So I know A and B option. One of the simplest way of doing it is for multiple of 9. Anyway, what I also want to do is pattern formation, which is again an important method. Suppose 9 into 9 if I take. Instead of taking so many 9s, so whenever you have large number in the exam, you can take smaller numbers and then try to calculate. 9 into 9, 81. Sum of digits is 9. Let's say 99 into 99. Okay, not difficult. You can use the calci, but you can say it's 1 less than 100. So you do 99 minus 1, 98, and 1 square 0, 1. And if you add the digits, it becomes 18. So there's 1 9, it has 9 sum of digits. 2 9, it becomes 18. 9 2 is 18, 9 1 is. So if there are 2009 nines, then number total sum becomes 9 into 2009. If you calculate it, 81018. So you can make out B is the answer. You'll get the answer. Just form the patterns. With 2 or 3 numbers, you can form the pattern. The moment you form the patterns, you can look at a larger number and solve. Normally, when there's a large number in the exam, people leave the sum. But there's simple techniques to solve it. And if you know it, it becomes easier and faster to solve it. Now, key to learn this technique is to practice these techniques. People know this technique but can't apply in the exam because they don't practice it. Keep practicing. That's what's important. Two-digit number is 18 less than square of the sum of digits. Normally what I say is start with a square. There are fewer squares which are there. So if I start with squares, I can't take 25 because 25 minus 18 is a single digit number, but I want a number should be 2-digit number. So square minus 18 should give you a 2-digit number. Whose sum of digits square should be square. So I can't take 25, so I'll take 36. 36 minus 18 is 18, but 8 plus 1, 9 square becomes 81. That's not possible. 49 minus 18, take it as 31. 4 square is not 16, ruled out. 8 square, 64 minus 18, if you look at 46, but 10 square is not 100, not 64. 81 minus 18, if you look at is 63. 9 square 18 satisfies. 6 plus 3 is 9. Sum of digits square gives you 81, satisfies. 100 minus 18, if you look at is 82. And 8 plus 2, 10 square 100. This also satisfies. 121 minus 18 gives you a 3-digit number. So only 2 of them satisfies. So 2. key is systematically go with it. Take the squares, number of squares are few. So whenever you have squares, cubes, you can take those numbers because there are fewer squares, cubes. You can easily take those numbers and substitute. You should get the answer. Ram bought 2 oranges and apple. So your cost is 2 oranges, 1 apple. And your selling price is 1 apple, 2 apples and 1 orange. Selling price. You're selling oranges or apples. That means selling prices. Let's say oranges or and apples price is AP. So that means you're selling 2 apples, 1 oranges. So profit is selling price minus cost price, which if you calculate out here becomes apples minus oranges is the profit. So profit percent is profit upon cost price into 100. So basically if you look at it, it becomes apple minus oranges upon 2 oranges plus apples is the cost price. Okay, that should be 25%, 25 upon 100 or 1 upon 4. Which means my 1 stands for apple minus oranges, 4 stands for 2 apples and oranges. A simple way of doing it is substitute values. Suppose I take 2 apples, apples is 2 price and orange is 1. So my 2 minus 1 becomes 1. Here also 2 into 1 plus 2, 4 satisfies. Taking simple values for variables, assuming it satisfies all constraints is a good way to solve. So I'm taking simple values for the variables, it satisfies all constraints. If I take apple as 2 and 1 is orange, profit becomes 1, my cost becomes 4, satisfies. So my overall cost is 4 because I've taken orange as 1 price, apple as 2 price, my total cost becomes 4. If I sell everything at price of apple, that means 3 in the price of 2, I'm selling at 6. So my selling price is 6, my cost price is 4. So profit percentage is 2 out of 4 into 100, which is 50%. That's my profit percent. So key out here is I formed an equation, variables, and then substitute simple values that satisfies the condition. And then you can look at the, solve it, and look which option satisfies, you should get the answer. A person wants to open a bank account, so goes at 5 kilometers, okay, comes back at 40 and goes at 40 again. Here again you can assume, I mean they're not giving anything. Whenever things are not given, you can assume it sometimes becomes really fast to solve. Like here, I can assume the distance is 40 kilometers one way. So in the first case, my time taken is 40 upon 5, which is 8 hours. Second case it takes 1 hour, third case it takes 1 hour. I took 40 because 40 is the multiple of 5 and second and third are 40 kilometers per hour, 8 travels. So total time taken is 8 plus 1 plus 1, 10 hours. So he travels 120 kilometers, which is 40 into 3, 120 kilometers in 10 hours. Speed becomes 12 kilometers per hour. You can do this orally also if you understand it and assume values, you can solve it. So assuming values is one of the good ways of trying to get things faster, solve things faster. Right? I hope you like it. Look at the videos on Road to 100, it will help you develop methods for quant. Right? If you like it, do subscribe to the channel and do like the video. Thank you.